Hi, I'm Romy. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Becca Gemini to carry your child on your back. So here I've got the Becca Gemini and I've got it set to the wider width. Now for most children when you're back carrying you're likely to need it on the wider width, but basically if you're carrying them on the wider width facing in on your front, that's the position you'll have on your back. If they're still on the narrower width on your front, then obviously keep them with that for the back carry. Now to start with, I'm just going to get the straps sorted. So I'm going to clip this around on my front, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the straps up so that they are straight like a rucksack. So at the minute they are both undone, so I'm going to take the one on the left hand side and bring it round and clip it into the buckle on the left hand side so I get a loop. So that's like that, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So bring this around, thread it through the elastic and clip it into the buckle. So you've now got the straps done up in 2 loops. You might want to tighten them up a tiny little bit, so I'm just going to tighten this one a little bit, just because when they're going straight over your shoulders, they're not going to need to be as tight. They're going to need to be tighter than if you're crossing them on your back. So now those are all done up, I can now bring the carrier round onto my back. Now, when you are carrying on your front, you've generally got baby's head here. When you're carrying on your back, you want them to be able to see over your shoulder. So just wear the waistband a tiny bit higher than you would do on your front. So on my front, I'd normally have it right down on my hips. For a back carry, I'm going to put it on my waist. So it's a little bit higher up. Okay, I'm just checking this is sitting evenly either side. So I've got the same amount of panel either side. Now ready to pick up my child. So there's lots of different methods you can use to get baby onto your back. The one I'm going to show you is the one that I find easiest, but the other ones are all on my YouTube channel as well. So if you go to the back carrying playlist, there are various different methods to get baby onto your back. They all use different carriers, but it's the same principle regardless of pretty much which carrier you use. So if you want to have a look at some other methods, have a look at some of my other videos. This method starts with baby held on your side like this, and you're going to hold them with the hands on the opposite side. And then this hand here is going to go in a front crawl movement over. So you're holding baby from the front with both hands. I'm now going to bring this hand here around and just gently bring baby around onto my back, leaning forwards so they're nice and central above the edge of the carrier. I'm going to slide my hand under the base of the material and bring this up over their bottom and back. Bring one strap out like this and up over my shoulder. And then do exactly the same with the other side, so out and over my shoulder. Now just check that the carrier is coming nice and high, so either using a mirror or by feeling or just looking over your shoulders. You want it at least to baby's armpits. I'm now going to stand up. Now we've got this clip here. This slides up and down on these runners, so choose a position that feels comfortable for you and clip it together. And you want to adjust these so the straps lie flat on your shoulders. Like that, so that looks pretty good for me. I'm now going to get rid of any slack. So take hold of the strap here and you're going to bring it straight forwards, and the same with the other side. Then you can take them both together, and if you give a little bounce as you tighten, it's a little bit easier because that then takes baby's weight for you. So get them evenly tightened so these straps are both a similar tightness. Now position wise, for a real baby, they can have their arms either out the side or they can bring them up over the top. As I said before, you want it to be at least to their armpits, but also no higher than the nape of their neck, so you've got nice clear airways. Have a little feel of their position and check they're sitting evenly either side. If you've got a bit more leg one way than the other, slide your hands underneath and just you can shift them sideways by giving a little bounce just to realign them. Height of the panel wise, if you do find it's a little bit lower than their armpits, before you put them in the next time, you're going to fold the panel up. So you see the panel with a little orange label on there. If you unpop that and fold it up and clip it up, it'll make the panel taller, and I'll show you at the very end how we would do that. So main checks are that they've got nice clear airways and you can see their face over your shoulder ideally. It's no lower than their armpits and no higher than the nape of their neck, and it's fitting nicely from one side to the other so they're not lopsided in it. You want to make sure they're held nice and snug, so if you do feel you need to lift it at all or you want to tighten it, just bring that forward and just give a little bounce while pulling those forward like that. It really makes it much easier to tighten if you give a little bounce when you do that. That's basically it for a back carry with the Beko Gemini. So to take them down, we're just going to reverse what you've done. So unclip here and hold them with one hand and bring one strap over the shoulder and then hold them with that hand which has just come out. Do exactly the same with the other side, so bring this strap over and then you can gently slide them around onto your side. Now I mentioned about extending the height of the panel, so I'm just going to show you how you do that. So if your child is a little bit taller or a little bit older, what you can do before you start is just unpop this like that and do this up on here. And this is also really useful if you're carrying them on the front. Now what that does is that extends the height of that panel. So if it wasn't quite coming up to their armpits with the top folded down, this would extend the height so it could come up a little bit higher to support them. You can obviously tighten or loosen these up so that it's sitting nice and flat. So you want these straps to be able to go flat and this to sit up flat too. So just adjust those out. But that's really helpful once they are getting a little bit taller, so you can extend the life of the carrier by making it taller. Okay, that's how to use the Beko Gemini for a back carry. I hope that was helpful.